guys and gals, and Larry here from Drake Wayne Game, and some of you know I'm sort of the gaming dragon today. I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Moonlight Castle, Ryan's Path. Alright, y'all, before we jump into it, just want to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming not safe for work videos. Anyway, y'all, alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alright. Oh my god. It fucking burst through the wall? I wasn't ready. Things are going too fast for my liking. Why was there fucking night? That's not a ghost at all. Ryan abducted me from the open space and threw us both into a nearby bush, hoping the monster didn't see us. If he gets closer, I'll buy you some time to escape. Hell no, I wasn't going to leave you here like a sacrificial lamb, and... that word, sacrifice, I really hated it for some reason. I didn't feel safe. That night was dangerous, leaving pools of blood where he walked, dragging a giant sword that he struggled to carry. Ryan was already preparing for a confrontation, but why? He seemed way too eager for a fight. I'm leaving the bag here. It'd be a hindrance. I didn't want to speak, but I was tightening the grip around his shirt, trying to voice my disapproval. He was now holding a weapon Liam gave us, but he didn't stand a chance. It was a fully armored monster. The knight stopped walking and snapped his head in our direction, flaming red eyes staring at us. Kill the sinner of gluttony. He exhaled and charged straight in our direction. I panicked and Ryan shoved me out of the way. I rolled into the dirt but quickly stood to watch them colliding with one another. Joel, run! Ryan was like a fly hitting a window. No matter how much he tried, the result was always the same. His sword couldn't penetrate that armor, and regardless of how strong his swings were, the knight didn't budge 1 inch. I needed to do something. Ryan was fighting a losing battle, and one mistake here spelled disaster. My only hope was to dig something from the bag and find a tool that could get him out of trouble. I needed Ryan to lure the knight away from the bag. The bag! Get him away from the bag! The knight lifted his sword and, like it was nothing, moved it towards Ryan in a circular motion. Sliced anything in half, and thankfully Ryan realized that his weapon wouldn't be able to block it and threw himself to the ground instead. What the fuck? Ryan backed away only for him to hesitate, scared to have the knight switch targets and aim at me. I was indeed the closest target now, as I tried to reach for the bag at his feet. Hey motherfucker, come and get me! Ryan picked up several rocks off the floor to get his attention. He glared at me, turned, and walked in the bear's direction. I started rummaging through the bag and only found useless weapons, nothing that seemed powerful enough to gain an advantage. The bottle! The bottle! The bottle! I dug again and pulled out that weird bottle that I saw earlier today. It looked like normal water to me, but if you stared at it longer, the surface would sparkle. Ryan was basically running in circles, wasting time and tiring himself out until he couldn't keep at it anymore. Shit! He tripped and crawled away toward a wall to escape another slash, but now with nowhere to hide, the next would take him out. No! I yelled, not knowing what else I could have done, then threw the bottle into his direction and somehow hit his helmet. Well, lucky shot aside, that didn't seem to have done anything but temporarily confuse him and make him question what just happened. Ryan took that chance to run past the knight and grab me in the bag, then escape. As we were leaving, the knight didn't seem to be chasing us, but rather was screaming in pain, holding his head still. Did the water actually do damage? Alright, 1 second, y'all. Water time. Alright, y'all, and we are back. Alright. Ryan was panting, but endured this fatigue regardless, fueled on fear and adrenaline. He lasted just a tiny bit more until he couldn't anymore and fell onto the ground exhausted. There's no way I can do that again. I wanted to tear him a new one. How dare you even consider the idea of me abandoning him to die? It was making me madder than usual, almost as if I did leave him. Thanks for saving my butt. I underestimated that thing. It's way too strong. We're not safe yet. I know. I watched him do his best to stand and walk, but he was slow. Way too slow. I get it. You need rest. Go ahead. I'll join you as soon as I can. Today you're the king of stupid ideas. I'm not going anywhere without you. Do you hear me? Ryan laughed as he pushed himself forward. I'm not the smartest, you know that, but I always try for you. That's why I'm doing the thinking here. Near the wall at the end of the hallway, I caught a glimpse of the shadow. That wasn't the knight, and neither did it feel dangerous. I saw it running to the left, into one of those doors Ryan tried opening before. That's locked. I checked already. I tried the key and unlocked without any issues. But, doesn't matter for now. We're locking ourselves in. I helped Ryan walk through the closed door and close the door behind us. The knight wasn't going to break this down too, was he? The room presented in front of us was kind of small and cramped, but also old, abandoned, and the passage of time left a clear mark. We eyed the lone chair near the entrance, unsure if it was capable of holding Ryan's weight, but we tried regardless. It creaked and complained a little, but didn't break. Let's hope the night doesn't find us here. We'll have trouble sneaking past. I agreed, but fidgeting with my thumbs and doing nothing while waiting for the end wasn't my style, so while Ryan rested, I decided to investigate the strange room we were in. The map didn't list a room with a specific layout anywhere, meaning that we were the first to come across it. What tickled my curiosity was the room itself. The atmosphere and design didn't scream castle to me. It reminded me of an old abandoned studio instead, belonging to someone with little money to go by but worked hard regardless, doing their best with what they had. I was subconsciously projecting now. I miss you. A gentle voice reached my ears, followed by a cold breath hitting my neck. I turned around, saw Ryan with a similar expression in mine, and concluded that it was again a ghost. It came from deeper inside, the small room behind Ryan. I squeezed through and looked around. Something was there in front of me, barely perceptible, faded in a different way. I didn't know how to convey this feeling, but if I had to describe how the soul dies, this would be it. The ghost didn't acknowledge my presence and muttered random, meaningless words in unintelligible volume. Her pain, sadness, and regret was spreading across the room, but it was impossible to figure out why. Like, no. I might be Liam's sister. I was invisible to her, like I didn't exist. This place didn't give any clues towards her identity, reasons, or motives. It was empty, completely empty. The night roared again from the corridor, running and lashing out in the distance. That got me to whimper, scared of what would become of us if that monster got here. I need to protect you. Ryan gave me a soft smile upon hearing my plea. Fighting was never your style, or did you forget that? You're right, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna just watch while you risk your life for me. As if I haven't done that before. Then I'll stand my ground and walk with you, because you're the only thing I have left. Ryan sniffed and then pushed himself up from the chair and wrapped me in another bear hug. Stupid dog, you're making me act up. Then I heard crying, a heartbroken sob filled with despair. Oh, Ryan. No, wait, that's not me. We let go of each other and saw the ghost staring at us. Just like the other one, she had no distinguishable features. Just a faint blue silhouette of what may have looked like a living being in the past. Fragments of my memory surfaced back. You look just like him. Her spectral hand moved in my direction and I extended mine. We couldn't feel each other, but we pretended we did. Blurry, tired, empty vision. Help me. I'd love to help, but what was I supposed to do? Talking with ghosts seemed to be all I could do. How? Your body. Let me in. What? Look, no! That sounds suspicious as hell. Nobody mentioned possession. The ghost vanished before I could give a reply, and now that she was gone, something was trying to get my attention. I walked closer and saw the blue ring Liam was looking for. Oh no, that means... Oh boy. We all expected it deep down, Joel. I know, but the confirmation hurt more than the theory. I'd still hoped for the smallest possibility of finding her alive. I grabbed the ring and felt a gentle aura around it. There's no doubt about it. She was inside and trying to keep herself from fading into nothingness. That sounded so cruel. Was that the ending for all people who had died, to lose themselves and disappear? She acted so confused, losing the ability to recognize herself, holding tight to those fragments of what used to be your identity. I didn't want her to experience death again. She could have been my guide and ticket to survive the night. I slid the ring onto my index finger. Don't tell me you just did what I think you did. I felt tired, but aside from that, nothing happened. Take it off before something weird happens. Fine. It wasn't coming off. Ryan was giving me bad looks, clearly judging my poor decision-making. Listen, we should go. Well, that thing is still out there looking for us. I tried pushing harder, but the ring had glued itself to me. Did you rest enough? I can run it, that's all we need. Straight to the safe room, no detours. Once we're out of danger, we'll think about pulling Liam's dead sister away from your body. Hell, that's another insane sentence I never thought I'd hear. I've lost the excitement since the knight tried chopping me in half, just to remind you. The situation was indeed dire, and things turned out to be more dangerous than we expected. I should have listened to Liam's warning and waited in that fucking room. I didn't hear anything in the hallway. Should we try to go now or wait for him to reveal his position? He makes a lot of noise, so I think that if we walk toward him, we'll have enough space to hide again. Last time it didn't go well. I'm sorry, I wasn't ready. That's okay, don't feel bad. I was messing around. Who would ever be ready for a situation like that? I opened the door ever so slowly and stared at the darkness ahead of me, hoping to hear any sound. Utter silence. It was unnerving because nothing obligated the night to keep walking. Would it be easier to wait for us instead? I was having second thoughts now. Ryan took the lead and I reluctantly walked behind, praying that wasn't the case. The ring was emanating a warm energy now, reducing the stress I was going through. We retraced our steps, ignoring all the blood sprayed around us. The scenery was completely red and we were forced to inhale that odor. Ryan flashed his light ahead, mostly at the pavement to fish for that hole we saw earlier. The more we walked, the stranger it got. There's no way we could have missed it. Does this mean the floor also shifts? That's terrible, but nothing is certain here. I saw the lounge from here. We were both so relieved to have gotten out without meeting more insanity along the way. Stepping into the lounge felt just as safe as seeing my apartment from the road after a long day of work. I wanted to sit down and take a breather, and as my mind carried me away, I stopped looking at where I was going and bumped into Ryan. He was too big to feel anything. I was the only one who bounced off his back and almost tripped. Why did you suddenly stop moving? Joel! There was a tinge of fear in his voice as he stared up and ahead. When I also looked at what he was looking at, I understood why. Oh, yeah. It was like staring at a mirror with a faulty reflection. Another Ryan blocked the way and with a little grin stared at the original. We meet again! Oh, I didn't expect to see you alive, though. Same voice as well. It proved problematic to find the real one if I didn't keep my eyes on him. Who are you? Why do you look like me? I couldn't tell if this faker was friendly or not. We were striking a conversation, supposedly a positive sign. I couldn't see any outline, and he was also blocking our path to the safe room. This ghost must have been a special type, capable of having a body unlike the other two we've met. Wouldn't you want to know, huh? Sorry, I don't have a business card ready for you. Hearing that caught me off guard. These ghosts were supposed to be old, right? You're in the way. Move. The faker locked on me, and upon gazing at my wrist, he smiled. Interesting. That's 2 surprises, not just one. You know, what do you know about my wrist? Fine, I'll throw you a bone. That brand was given to you by the king himself. That explains why your large partner isn't on display anymore. I didn't understand anything, but my heart shuddered for some reason, like really badly. Don't listen to him. We have no way of confirming whether what he's saying is true. Oh, you want proof? I can give you proof. All the proof you want, Ryan. I can go ahead and reveal a secret of yours, maybe the one you're so afraid of sharing. Ryan went quiet, and a panicked expression covered his face, the fear of someone who had been exposed. I believe you. Please, don't say it. They both looked at me, one with surprise and the other with relief. If he's not comfortable sharing it with me, I believe there's a reason. I've decided to wait until the time he feels right. Joel! Yeah, you did bark something like that already. At that moment, another image flashed before my eyes. It was his place again, but not quite. Not quite the same. I finally understood why it all felt so familiar to me. This already happened, didn't it? This entire night repeated itself. Bingo! That's why I admire you. You're so smart. You see through everything, but for some reason you look the other way when it's about me. Not that I mind. We actually appreciate it, right? We should thank Joel more often. He jokingly nudged the real Ryan, but the bear only freaked out more. Otherwise, we'll feel forever in debt. Ryan's expression twisted in pain. Hearing that must have hurt a lot somehow. Leave. If you have nothing nice to say, you better not say anything at all. I will for now. I don't really like starting fights when I know I'm at a disadvantage. The faker began fading away without moving from where he was standing, until he was completely gone. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. If y'all want to get your names as the credits, get access for not safe for work content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!